Imagine the perfect vacation. You buy tickets, pack your bags, and dream of the gentle Turkish sun melting away all your worries. You anticipate a luxurious 5-star paradise, ultra all-inclusive, impeccable service, and serene evenings by the pool. But reality can hit you like an icy shower right in the hotel lobby. Instead of paradise, you find yourself in a true nightmare, where the beautiful fog conceals dirt, deception, aggression, and complete indifference to your vacation. Today, we'll unmask 5 Turkish resorts that have become the talk of the town among British tourists. These places top blacklists, reviews are savage, and people return home with a nervous breakdown instead of a tan. Forget the beautiful tour operator brochures, you're about to hear the raw, unvarnished, and terrifying truth. Hotel 1. Sunshine Holiday Resort, Ovacık, Oludeniz. Let's begin our parade of disappointments with a place that proudly calls itself a 4-star resort. Meet Sunshine Holiday Resort in the Fethiye region. The average rating on independent sites barely reaches 2.5 out of 5. And believe me, that's a very generous assessment. British tourists call this hotel nothing less than a survival zone. Upon entering the room, people freeze in shock. Instead of fresh linens, you're greeted by ingrained stains of unknown origin, and the air is permeated with a stifling smell of damp and mold. The air conditioning here is a special kind of torture. It either roars like a wounded animal, providing no cooling effect, or leaks directly onto your suitcases. But the real hell begins in the restaurant. The food, if you can call this mess food, leaves tourists hungry. Cold, stale remnants of last night's dinner, flies swarming unchecked over open trays, and a perpetual shortage of clean plates. British tourists are complaining en masse in Facebook groups about having to literally wipe their forks with napkins to avoid catching a stomach infection. The staff shrugs indifferently at all their complaints, pretending they don't understand English. This isn't a vacation, it's voluntary confinement in unsanitary conditions. Hotel 2. Blue Star Hotel, Alanya. Next up, the Blue Star Hotel in Alanya, 4 stars on the sign, which should be revoked immediately. The hotel's TripAdvisor rating is plummeting, hovering around 3 stars. But a flurry of recent angry reviews speaks for itself. Brits who have trusted this place with their vacations describe it as a total disregard for guests. The main conflict here revolves around the so-called all-inclusive system. Did you pay for unlimited drinks and food? Forget it. The local alcohol tastes like a diluted chemical substitute, and any halfway decent drink will cost you an astronomical surcharge. But that's not the worst part. The hotel is literally overrun by stray cats, jumping on tables during dinner, stealing food from your plates. Furthermore, British guests are reporting theft. Cash is disappearing from people's bags right in their rooms, and the management refuses to look at the cameras and accuses the guests themselves of lying. The lifeguards at the pool, instead of doing their job, are glued to their phones, ignoring the screams of children. This is a place where you'll feel like an enemy who simply had their money taken. Hotel 3. Zafira Deluxe Resort and Spa, Turkler. We're transported to a huge, seemingly pretentious castle, the Zafira Deluxe Resort and Spa. 5 stars, majestic architecture, promises of a royal getaway. That as soon as you step inside, the fairy tale turns into a cheap horror movie. This giant's rating barely hangs on at 3.5, and that's only due to old reviews. British tourists beg you to stay as far away from this place as possible. Here you'll be deceived. The hotel is catastrophically overcrowded, and the infrastructure can't handle the influx. The food queues are reminiscent of times of severe shortages, with people literally fighting over a piece of chicken. The dishes and cutlery are constantly dirty, stained with lipstick and grease. The rooms are in disrepair, with loose electrical outlets, exposed wires hanging right over the bedside tables, and broken doors to the balcony. If you try to voice your dissatisfaction to the guest relations manager, you'll simply be ignored or, worse, treated rudely. Tourists write that for resort and Zafira destroy the notion of Turkish hospitality. Within the first 24 hours, you'll spend your vacation in endless lines, shouting matches, and struggling with basic hygiene. Hotel 4. Eftali Aqua Resort, Alanya. Fourth on our list, Eftali Aqua Resort is another 5-star giant, geared toward families with children, making life a living hell for British families. Its rating hovers around 3.5 stars, but the number of conflicts is off the charts. Imagine arriving on an overnight flight with tired, crying children. You go to check-in, only to be told the system is down, the computer is frozen, and there are no rooms available. You're forced to sit for hours in the stuffy lobby without a drop of water. The night reception staff are downright aggressive. When you finally get to your room, you're overwhelmed by the stifling smell of sewage and dampness. The walls are covered in mold, the air conditioning doesn't work, and the beds feel damp. The water park area, which looks so beautiful in photos, is overcrowded, and the water in the pools becomes cloudy by midday due to poor filtration. British guests leaving reviews on Facebook unanimously agree that this was the worst all-inclusive experience they've ever had, overpaying thousands of pounds for only to end up with the flu and a stressed-out environment. Hotel 5. Gözegir Hotel, Bodrum. And finally, every traveler's worst nightmare, the Gözegir Hotel in Bodrum. This small hotel has become the epicenter of high-profile scandals and lawsuits involving British citizens. Its ratings are rock bottom, and the stories from this place are truly spine-chilling. Tourists weren't just met with filth here, but a veritable biological threat, bedbugs. British guests returned from this hotel covered in hundreds of itchy, painful bites, some even requiring IVs at the local hospital. But the most disgusting thing was the hotel management's response. Instead of apologies and compensation, the hotel manager had the audacity to accuse the tourists themselves of bringing the bedbugs with them from London. The administration refused to refund money, ignored official requests from aggregators like Expedia, and literally showed the victims the door. Suitcases, clothes, personal belongings, everything was infested with parasites. This is a place where guest health and safety is reduced to zero, and the management's cynicism is beyond measure. Conclusion: Turkey is a beautiful country with a magnificent culture and thousands of amazing hotels. But such black holes in the tourism industry are tarnishing the reputation of the entire coastline. Never blindly trust pretty pictures, always read the most recent reviews, especially the terrible sections. Don't let scammers and unscrupulous hoteliers steal your long-awaited vacation and your money. Share in the comments if you've encountered similar hotels, the traps they've ensnared you, and how you got out of them. Subscribe to the channel and like it to save your friends from making fatal booking mistakes. See you in the next episodes, and may your vacation be truly perfect.